take me through a day in the life of Jamie Simmonds in terms of, your training and your eating, and then on those off days, what is your biggest craving?
So you probably think our life's pretty boring, actually, at times. No, so obviously, like I've said this before on other podcasts or other times, is like you need to make sure you set out your year and like this is a training period and this is like a more chill period. Like obviously, I still train most of the year, but when you come up to like comp and you're 6 or 8 weeks out, that's when like nothing else really matters. Like you need to knuckle down and sort yourself out, and that's when the routine comes in. So yeah, so normally like literally at the moment we're in the lead up to the games. If it's still on, we don't actually know. So we literally wake up at home, eat, sometimes have breakfast, sometimes just fasted cardio in the morning, and then do your like mobility and stuff, and eat. It's pretty much eating training all day. Then eat, and then we go into normally like 10 or 11 in the morning. And you've got normally your lifting session, which will go for a couple of hours, and then eat again. And then normally, if you've got a bit more training to do, some training after that. And then we still coach at the moment, and it's quite long hours. So it's like we'll work probably, what was it yesterday, like 3:30 till 8 p.m. coaching. Try get any food in you can between classes. And then at night we go home, eat, chill out for a bit, go to bed. That's the day in a nutshell.
And then the alarm goes off again, slam it. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
is it when you say eat? Is it shakes? Is it quite lean? Obviously, food. What typical meals would you have?
Not so much. So like we're actually sponsored by a company here in the UAE, Matter Nutrition. So they send us our food every day, which makes life so much easier because I
Love
just wouldn't
that.
know find time to cook, and I think I would eat pretty shit if I had to like try find food every day. So we don't. It's not like they're really good meals. So like people are like, oh, when you go off meals, what do you have? But the meals we get, like I get like coconut chicken each day, and it's so good. It's like one of my favorite meals, and that's really impressing. My meal prep company is like my favorite meal. But yeah, so we eat like it's not really lean stuff, and I don't like our nutritionist will send it through to them and say these are the macros they need to roughly be at, and then that's what we'll eat. So it's not like, oh my god, I need to weigh this bit of like every little bit. I just sort of like go by how I feel. So if I know I'm just finished training, I know I need to get a meal and I'll eat. But if I know I'm training in an hour, I won't eat till I'm too full that I can't train. So it's like just getting used to what works for you. And like I know I can't eat certain foods before I train, or like too much flavoring and stuff like that. But it's literally like with breakfast, which is normally like oats or like pancakes. They always send pancakes, which is really good. Pancakes and stuff, and then make your eggs and veggies as well, and then you train, and then normally like a post-workout shake, which is like the Targo, like carbs and protein, and then you'll have a meal, which is normally like chicken or fish with rice and vegetables, but like they always make it really nice, this company, so it's it's
then.
really good. Yeah, I know it's not really boring. So then that, and then you train again, and then sometimes like a snack or another meal from those guys again. And then throughout, like when you're coaching, it's like trying to get small stuff. And so I normally just like snack on fruit, or like they send like little like snack balls or protein bars or whatever as well. So snack on them throughout the evening, and then go home and normally cook like a good dinner. Like they'll send us a meal, but fry it up, whatever, of like steak or salmon or something, and like potatoes. So it's like it's pretty good food, and then normally before bed have a snack. So it's literally just trying to get like, it's not as much like CrossFitters don't eat like bodybuilders as such, because we need like a lot more carbs, and no one actually, like, doesn't matter how you look, you just need to sort of keep within a weight range that you can still do everything you need to do, but you have the energy to do it as well. Because like you could get to the point where you're at the gym and you can't lift anything because you're fucking eating too much lean meat that you just have no energy. So it's like getting that balance that you feel fueled, but you don't feel like, oh, I'm too sluggish to do anything. There's a lot of like, sort of like trial and error.
And how did that,
Yeah.
once you got that right or learnt more about that, how did that change the game? Because that's probably what a lot of people don't do well, is that they'll go to the gym and they'll do the workout, but then they won't eat for, an hour or so after,
Mm.
or they don't eat the right thing beforehand. And so all the gains they're doing in the gym, they're either wasted on the Friday, Saturday night, or
Hmm.
they're just not eating right throughout the week. So for you, how much do you reckon you gained from just getting that nutrition right?
Like hugely. I think I fully changed properly after in 2016 to
Mm,
17. And you've just knowing it's good having someone to guide you because obviously, like I say, like go by feel, but I do have Liam, a nutritionist in the UK who I'll like talk back to him and be like, oh, I felt shit today. And he's like, well, what did you eat before? And then they'll be like, oh, wasn't enough carbs. Can you
mm,
add this in? So it's not like all just, out of nowhere. It
mm,
is if you have someone to guide you, maybe and just sort of like teach you some good habits for a few months,
mm,
then you sort of start to understand how it all works and what works for you. Then you can sort of just carry that on. So it
mm,
is good to have someone like outsider sort of have a look in.
mm,
But yeah, it makes such a big difference just energy wise. And like, obviously, if you're eating well, then you can go so much harder in the gym.
mm,
It's sort of like it like both helps each other.
mm. So
Yeah.
nobody's perfect. What
Yeah.
is Jamie Simmonds' cheat meal, and what's something that she craves?
Wow, there is plenty of them. I'm a big fan of candy. Lollies,
Mm.
actually. I can actually say lollies because I say lollies and no one knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we
But
know
it's what
lollies.
Kiwis call it. Yeah, lollies. So I just live for lollies and lollipops. But no, I'm a big fan. A cheap meal normally in the weekend would be like pizza and beer.
Mm.
It's my go-to.
Yeah,
Still can't take the university student out of me.
yeah, yeah. At the moment, for me, it's chocolate. Like we were
Oh,
quite good in the lockdown. We were like, right, we'll have a couple pieces each night, and then
yeah,
it was like, oh no, we have three, and then it's like,
yeah,
no, well, four's actually were okay. We're like, no, no,
yeah,
eight is probably okay if we have it every
yeah,
second, and so it just
yeah,
manifests on itself, and then suddenly you
yeah,
got a bad habit. It's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
oh
But
man,
chocolate, I wouldn't even consider chocolate like now. I'm like normally I have chocolate like most nights, but just yeah, just a bit.
mm.
Everything in moderation. I
Yeah,
think that's the biggest thing. People go crazy and like, oh, I just have to block everything out. But if you have it in moderation and you're
mm.
smart about it, then no problem.
Yeah.
Chocolate's perfect.
There we go. No
Especially
problem.
Whitakers.
That's it.
Yeah.
Plug. Boom.
Yeah.
Send it over to Abu Dhabi
Yeah.
now. Is
Yeah.
it is there
I'll be
Whitakers?
waiting.
Oh, is there Whitakers in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, yeah, there is
Ah,
actually. There is, and normally, like in the weekends, Elliot will bring home, like like the nice packets,
oh
the
yes.
fancy Whitakers. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
might get that last half a night.
Good. Oh, that's a good husband. That is a good husband.
Yeah.
So